So this is how we need to write the for loop. Within the curly braces, we are going to write the bunch of statements what we need to execute repeatedly, right? This is how we are going to use this for loop. Next, in post test we have do while. So what is the syntax of this do while? First initialization, next do, open the curly brace, within that write the statements what we need to execute, like statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, increment or decrement, close the curly brace and write while followed by condition and put a semicolon here. Please do remember, till now whatever the statements we have seen, I didn't specify anywhere we need to use semicolon. But here as part of do while, whenever we are closing the while loop, we need to end with a semicolon. This is how do while works. There is one very important interview question. What is the difference between while and do while? So the answer is, whenever we are using while loop, it first checks the condition and then enters into the block. Whereas in do while, first it executes all the statements, then it checks the condition. This is how do while works. And one small example, whenever you are going to watch a movie, first you need to take a ticket and only then you are supposed to enter into the theater to watch a movie. In the same case, if you are parking your vehicle in airport, there you are going to just take your in time, and while you are exiting from the parking slots, then you need to pay money depending upon number of hours you spent. This is one of the beautiful example for while and do while. While means check the condition first, enter inside. Like take a ticket, enter into a theater. Do while, just park your vehicle in airport, that is in the slots, then while leaving pay money, that is exit controlled. While you are leaving, you are not supposed to leave without paying. That is why we say it is exit controlled, whereas this one we called it as entry controlled. So this is about the pre-test and post-test. So these are all the different iterative statements. So overall, these are all the different types of statements. Later we will be seeing some of the examples and all practically.
Let us see one example program.
Now we shall understand the working of do while. So how to write it and how to get the output with the help of this post-test statement. So I'll take the problem statement. To print numbers from 1 to 10 using post-test loop. So we all know the syntax of do while. So first we have initialization, do followed by some statements, statement 1, statement 2 and so on. Within this we have increment or decrement. Next we need to write while followed by condition and put a semicolon. So this is the syntax of do while. Now let me write the program. To print the numbers from 1 to 10 using do while. So I'll initialize int I equal to 1, int I equal to 1, do printf %d /n comma I plus plus while I less than or equal to 10. So this is how we are going to print the numbers from 1 to 10 using do while. So this is how we have got the output, printing the numbers from 1 to 10. Now let us take the second program. The problem statement is to print even numbers from 1 to n using post-test loop. So here I'll take the identifier n and I'll read the value printf, enter the range or the n value, range n value, scanf %d address of n. Now let us understand this. Do followed by printf. If I am writing this directly from 1 to n, we are going to get the numbers. Directly from 1 to n, all the numbers will be printed. Like, let me show the output first. If I am taking n value as 5, I'll get all the numbers from 1 to 5. But what is the question asked? To print numbers, that is to print, I'll just change the problem statement, to print even numbers from 1 to n. So this is our problem statement. From 1 to n, what are all the even numbers? Only those even numbers should be printed. Here 2 and 4 are even numbers, whereas 1, 3, 5 are odd numbers. Now the problem statement asked is to print even numbers from 1 to n using post-test loop. Now what is the logic we need to write over here is, if given number I mod 2 is double equal to 0. If I mod 2 double equal to 0, which means a even number where your remainder will be 0. I mod 2 double equal to 0, if the condition is satisfied, only then the value will be printed, else the value will not be printed. Now let us execute it. Last we need to write return 0. Let us execute and check. For the same n value as 5, now you are going to get only the even numbers, that is 2 and 4. Similarly, you give any n value, you are going to get the even numbers from 1 to n. If the question is asked, same, I am just changing here the next program to print odd numbers from 1 to n. Odd numbers means where your remainder will be not equal to 0. I mod 2 not equal to 0, then we are going to get all the odd numbers. Let me give the range as 5. All the odd numbers between 1 to 5. So this is how we are going to use the do while. What is the difference between while and do while? So this is very important question. Even though the condition is failed, in do while your statements are executed at least once. Statements are executed at least once, even though the condition is failed. If the condition is true, only then it enters into the block. That is what with the help of while loop. That is why we say while is a pre-test and do while is a post-test. This is what the actual difference. Now let me explain with one example where condition is failed. Suppose if I am giving I value is greater than or equal to n. I value is greater than or equal to n. Now let me execute this code. I am giving n value as 5. From 1 to 5, how many odd numbers are there? But here, as soon as I value is 1, 1 mod 2 is not equal to 0, 1 will be printed. Next I plus plus. I plus plus, now I value will become 2. Check the condition. Is 2 is greater than or equal to 5? Condition is failed. Then it comes outside. So we are going to get only 1 as the output. So this is how do while will be executed even though the condition is failed, and it executes the instructions at least once. That is why we use this do while to execute the instructions at least once even though the condition is failed. So this is about do while.